Incubate 2021 open house. My name's Nick, and today we're going to give you a brief, next slide, sorry. Today we're going to give you a brief run through of what Incubate is, who's a part of the executive team this year, as well as a roadmap for the first semester in the program and a plan for our education component. We'll also briefly outline our COVID-19 response this year. So what you're probably wondering, what is Incubate? Incubate is a wing of QMind, Canada's first student-run AI startup incubator. We're working to empower a cohort of high-caliber student entrepreneurs to bring AI solutions to reality in the B2B and B2C space. Our mission is to not only ignite the next generation of entrepreneurs, but also to provide them with the tools and education they need to launch an AI startup. We offer a comprehensive curriculum including AI and business concepts, specialized support staff to help your venture succeed and you as an individual succeed, professional development opportunities, as well as an end-of-year pitch competition to showcase your product and your work throughout the year, where you'll be competing for real money. Just a quick note before we introduce the team members. Despite the ongoing global pandemic, we want to continue helping you to learn and grow in the AI startup space. To accomplish this, we're moving all of our program resources online, and the program will indeed be virtual for the fall 2020 term. We're working on providing all the support you may need and also working to ensure that even at a distance, our community will be as strong as ever. Given the technical nature of the program and the abilities of our team, we're confident that the upcoming online term will not affect the quality in which we deliver the program. We're working on making this experience as engaging and educational as possible.
Hi guys, I'm Tami Tyler, Director of inQUbate. I'm a third-year computer engineering student, and my passion lies in artificial intelligence and machine learning and making money. Having been a part of inQUbate in our inaugural year, I've been through the application process and the program. So let me answer the question that ran through my mind when applying. Why is inQUbate worth it? Why are you guys here? There are many answers to that question because, can't lie, we've made a pretty sick program. But the one thing that I want to stress the most is that there is no better time to start idea generating and beginning the venture creation process. Clearly, we live in a time of plenty of uncertainty, where the global health emergency has revealed how fragile our society and way of life is. It is now that we need to start looking at the exposed problems with empathy and determination to create solutions that work not just for a few of us, but for all of society. It's with the same thinking that unicorns like Uber, Airbnb, WhatsApp, and Groupon came out of the 2008 financial crisis. The time is now to start learning the skills needed to be the next AI unicorn. Your time is now. I really appreciate you guys coming out and hearing the presentation we put together. I hope by the end of it, you guys are as confident as I am that this is the program to be a part of. If you have any questions after the open house, feel free to reach out to me or any member of the executive team. I won't take up your time anymore. Let me introduce some members of the team that you'll be working closely with this year.
Okay, hi guys. So we are your team development coordinators for this year. So our job basically is just to make sure that you get through Incubate as smoothly as possible, and we're here to help you really in any way possible. So we'll be booking meetings with you and helping you throughout this process over the next year. So I'm Caitlin, and I am one of your team development coordinators, and I'm in my 4th year in computing and math.
Hi guys, I'm Henry. I'm in the electrical engineering innovation stream, set to graduate in 22. I have hands-on startup experience, and I'm really excited to be hands-on working with teams this year.
Hi guys, I'm Nick. I'm a team development coordinator as well. I'm in applied mathematics and computer engineering. I'm set to graduate in 2022, and I was a QMind general member last year.
Hey guys, I'm Callum. I'm going to be your training coordinator for the business side. I'm currently going into my 3rd year of commerce and really excited for the program we put together for you guys.
Hey, I'm Jasper. I'm going into my 3rd year of electrical engineering, and I'm going to be the technical training coordinator, and I'm excited to teach you guys some AI.
Hey guys, I'm Mike. I'm going into my third year of commerce, and I'm going to be one of the professional development coordinators. So this year we have exciting news. We're going to have an advisory board that's assembled with industry professionals with a diverse set of experiences and expertise. And with their help, we are going to ensure that our cohorts have every resource they need available to them. In addition, we're also going to be organizing professional development events such as networking events, guest speakers, and educational opportunities. And a quick note about the pandemic, it will not impact the quality of these events because we're going to be able to partner up with individuals all over the world due to the online nature of professional development now.
All right, so we're just going to give you a brief overview of what your first semester will look like if you choose to join the program. The first step in the venture process will be conducting research and outreach onto what your venture is going to be and what company and product you're going to build. After that, you're going to look to defining the problem and mission statement that you're looking to solve through the creation of your new AI venture. Next, you'll be developing your value proposition and canvassing customers to see what you're going to bring to the market, why people would want to use it, as well as who's going to be using it at the end of the day. After that, you'll look into validating the problem through customer interviews and feedback, which will be an iterative process to ensure that you're able to adapt your product and company to fit into the marketplace and really solve solve a problem that people are facing. Next step will be creating a business model canvas to solidify everything you've worked on over the first little while in the program, and then developing your unique value proposition to make sure that you have a competitive advantage over those other companies in the AI startup marketplace. This will all be taking place during the first semester, so everything here would be completed around the beginning of final exams, and in second semester, you'd be looking into more of the technical development phase of things.
So this is a brief overview of the first semester technical education that you'd be going through if you decide to join the team. The first section would be just the foundations. What is AI? What is machine learning? And the goal of this is to allow for easy communication throughout the team on topics that relate to AI. So no one's left in the dark and everyone understands what everyone else is talking about during idea generation. The next section will be TensorFlow Basics, which is an AI library for coding. And we'd be going over the basics of that, as well as any other libraries that are necessary for AI projects. The following section, basic algorithms, will be us going through 5 different AI algorithms and getting some hands-on experience using Jupyter Notebooks or Google Colab so that everyone gets comfortable and can experience a range of different algorithms. And then finally, we'll move on to the AI project workflow. And pretty much this is going to be going through the best way to structure your project and go through it in order to make the project as successful as possible.
So on the business side, in conjunction with the technical education, we're going to have a 3-pronged approach for the first semester. First, it's going to be a bit of AI market analysis, getting to understand a bit about your competitors, where you want to position yourself, and a bit about the Canadian market that you're going into. Second will be broad scope developing ventures. This will have a little bit of project management to it and other stuff such like that. And then in third, we're going to go for an artificial intelligence strategy, learn the applications of AI in operations, marketing, and finance, and where you can fit in, and then finish it off with a blitzscaling lesson.
Thank you for listening to our presentation. We'd like to open it up to you guys now. If you guys have any questions for us at all, feel free to ask in the chat, and we will answer your questions out loud to everybody. The first question is, how much skill or knowledge do you need coming into the program? Team development squad. Would you guys like to answer that?
I can cover that one. So basically, we just we're really looking for people who are at the end of the day passionate about building a startup, learning, and contributing to the AI world, I guess. So no skills or experience are necessary. Skills and experience are obviously welcome and can contribute to making yourself a strong applicant. But at the end of the day, we're really just looking for people who will be able to learn quick and who are really excited about being part of the Incubate team.
Okay, so we have another question that came in. How are the groups going to be formed for the solo stream applicants? So I can just go ahead and answer this one. We are hiring for both, obviously, individual and groups. So groups will be hired in the fall. So for the individual stream, we will be taking into account your interests and sort of what stream of AI you're planning on going into, but we will likely be making the groups for you. So there will be groups of 4 to 5 people, and together you will come up with a entrepreneur AI idea and concept that you will execute throughout the year. We have another question. In the Incubate application, if I provided my LinkedIn account, do I still need to submit a resume in PDF? Yes. Yes, you do. Yeah, it just gives us a really quick snapshot of sort of what you've done in the past and gives us an understanding of who you are, rather than us having to find your LinkedIn and review it. It's just easier this way. So yes. What will a week look like in this program? Does one of education want to maybe take this?
I can take it. So
Yeah.
just on my side for the business, I think we're looking towards like 30 to 40-minute resources taped and live each week, covering just like the first principles of it. You can listen in and it'll build incrementally over the semester, just so you have a broad understanding.
I can jump in, and then for my side of things, it'll be a little bit similar, if not a little bit less of a in-person time commitment. We'll be meeting weekly to bi-weekly, and then at the very beginning, we'll be actually meeting just once for the first month, and then there'll be some off, just like homework type things that it's optional to do.
And from the team development side, we're going to be having weekly to bi-weekly meetings just to make sure you guys are like working towards your project. But beyond that that couple hours a week of education and team development, program really is, at the end of the day, what you make of it. It's about you building your own startup, you building your own company at the end of the day. And which is why we're looking for passionate individuals, because we want people who will be working towards their company on their own time to actually build up and complete something for the actual pitch competition.
Yeah, I just want to echo what Henry said there. If you wanted it to look like, if you were in the program and you wanted it to look like 2 meetings of like education, like Callum's resource plus Jasper's resource every month, that was all you did, and you went to the 2 30-minute meetings or whatever it was with the team development coordinator as well, that feasibly could be what you did. But at the end of the day, if you want to really build something, if you want to have a successful product at the end of the day, if you want to develop your skills, whether that's on the business side, whether that's on the technical side, it is going to take more than just showing up to those meetings and doing the bare minimum. So like you said, it's really, you make of it what you choose to. So
Totally.
Great. Those were great answers. Thanks, guys. So we got another one. Can one be involved in both Incubate and QMine, or is it completely exclusive?
I'll take that one. It is completely exclusive. It would have to be Incubate or QMine, but truly, the way I see Incubate is an extension of QMine. You are getting that technical knowledge and experience, but with the addition of the entrepreneurial and business acumen, which I believe makes all the difference between a participant of the AI revolution and someone who will lead it. So I truly think it's the value added from Incubate is completely worth it, and I really encourage you guys to consider Incubate.
Okay, next one. Is it all about biomed AI stuff, or could it range from interactive design to services as well? And Nick, do you want to take that one?
Sure. I think that I'm not sure where the biomed AI stuff came in there. But no, it's about like you could have an idea in any industry ranging from energy to the health sector to services. We're really looking for people who are just come up with innovative ideas, innovative solutions to problems, and are using AI technology and leveraging that to create like the best solution possible and to create a new venture. So to answer your question shortly, it's not all about biomed AI stuff. Hopefully we'll have projects all across the board.
Yeah.
And to add to Nick's point, it's Incubate itself and our the team development coordinators and our education portion all acts as a guideline. It will teach you the basis to be able to apply all this information to literally any industry. We're looking for people to, like Nick said, span across every possible industry, and we're just here to guide you along that way.
Totally. And like I said before, I was a part of the cohort last year, and Caitlin was too, actually. And we had projects ranging across all industries. The ones featured on our website are Localite and Style Lab, two startups in the field of energy and like e-commerce respectively. We also had
Computer vision projects like ours.
Yeah, we had computer vision. We had a resume / hiring app that applied machine learning. Like, it's truly what you want to make of it. That's kind of the beauty of AI. It's like the internet. It's a tool that can be applied to any situation or any industry. So be creative with it. Really look at the problems around you and see where you can apply it, because the possibilities are endless.
Great. So maybe Henry, if you want to take this one, we have, what will the interview process look like?
Yeah, so the interview process, you'll submit your application and we're going to do our first round screening. We're just looking for people who show that they put thought into their application, and that we think that they'd be willing to provide that energy that we're looking for in Incubate. But beyond that, it's not too stressful of an application. Then you'll get an email where you'll be able to schedule an interview time if you have made it past the first round of that initial application process. And then after that, the interviews will be 20 to 30 minutes. It'll be myself, Nick, Caitlin, and then Tayo for some of them. And we'll be asking you a situational question and a few experience questions. We really just want to see you guys being yourself at the end of the day, because like we've been saying throughout this whole seminar, we're looking for people who are really excited about entrepreneurship and about AI. So show us that you're excited about entrepreneurship and AI, and you'll have no problem getting in, and you'll have no problem working in the cohort.
Great. Okay, so we have, if we don't know what field in particular we want to work on, and we're a solo stream applicant, how would you group us? So I can answer that one. I think we would ask you a little bit more about maybe your interests and stuff in your interview, and learn a little bit more about you, and then maybe place you based on that. There's obviously going to be a wide range of applicants, and so it's definitely going to depend on the others that we're seeing and who we think that you would work well with. There might be a lot of people that don't know exactly what stream they're interested in, but that's fine, because you guys can work together and sort of come up with an idea that is innovative, something interesting that you are all really excited about, and you can work towards that. So I wouldn't worry about not knowing what stream you're interested in, because you will work with your group to sort of find something that's really interesting. And everyone in inQUbate is really supportive and will definitely help you out there. Okay. All of these meetings and workshops with each individual team, or is it with everyone?
I could probably.
Yeah, Nick?
So the education component that Jasper and Callum were referring to, we'd obviously, if you're interested in doing stuff on both sides, the business and technical component, then you're more than welcome to join all those. They are designed and accessible by everyone in the program. Later on in the program, there will be some other technical workshops that Jasper will be running that will be more oriented towards people in the group who are focusing on the product development side. So at that point, it won't be mandatory for you to attend those. We would like to see people who are interested in both sides and willing to learn kind of both sides of the coin there. When it comes to the meetings with team development coordinators, each one of us, Caitlin, Henry, and I will be managing up to 3 teams this year. So we'll be checking in with you on a weekly to bi-weekly basis, and that'll be only for your team members to attend those. The PD workshops events that we discussed, those are for everyone in the cohort as well. Once again, they won't be mandatory, but like highly encouraged, because we're really planning on putting together some great events, whether that's from providing you with advice on putting together a good resume, reaching out to people on LinkedIn, putting together a good LinkedIn profile, if it's coming in the form of a speaker series with AI entrepreneurs, or if it's in hopefully networking and recruiting sessions with technology companies. Those are definitely events that I would recommend everyone show up to. So hopefully that answers your question, but it kind of depends on the portfolio we're referring to.
Great, thanks, Nick. So we have another question. If I'm more interested in ML research, is it better to join QMind or inQUbate? Henry, do you want to take that one?
I think it's probably QMind. Just if you look at your research, because they have a director of research. I think Fakid can probably go in more depth onto like the research initiatives within QMind, but I believe that we're definitely focused on like developing a product. Not to say that you can't be doing innovative AI development and research within your product and project in inQUbate, but there's dedicated resources within QMind this year, as far as I know, that are going towards supporting AI research projects and working towards publishing papers.
Yeah, so last year we introduced a research wing within QMind. It's the DARE initiative, which is the Division of AI and Research. So in terms of pure researchability, QMind provides that. inQUbate really leverages the intersection between business and AI, and is more of a mix between that rather than pure research.
Yeah. Okay, great. So we also have another question, basically asking what the difference between QMind and inQUbate is, and I can just answer that one right off the bat. So I would say QMind and inQUbate are very similar in many ways. They're both focusing on AI, but inQUbate's main purpose is to use AI to sort of solve a problem within the business world, and basically use AI to create a solution that fixes that problem so you can create a product. It sort of bridges the AI and entrepreneurship worlds together to create an AI project that you will then be presenting at QChi, which like on stage in front of like 300 people, which is what we did last year. Yeah, so that's kind of crazy, which as being part of QMind, you don't get to do the pitch competition. You are also working on a project, but it is not necessarily a project that you create. You will have a team leader who will be sort of, who will already have a project with the company or just on their own ready for you that you will just start working on. There will be no idea generation, and it won't be like your own concept or idea there. Both are great things to be a part of. I was on QMind before I was on inQUbate. Both give great experience, and so you can't really go wrong either way, but those are sort of the two differences.
One other
Hope
thing
that
to
was sort of
mention
clear.
is the education that we're providing through the inQUbate program this year, I think is definitely a difference maker. I was a QMind member last year. There's tons of resources and support there to learn AI, to work with your team and get that education. But I think that we really have something unique in the sense that we're going to have Jasper and Callum both dedicated throughout the year to working with you to develop your skill set, along with there's team leads in the QMind context and project managers as well. So it'll be a little bit less. We won't be necessarily in the development with you throughout the stage like project managers are in that sense. We will provide some technical support, but it's a little bit less. It'll be like more self-driven, I think, than the regular QMind projects as well. A big thing is the professional development events as well that are specific to just inQUbate members, whereas there's larger events, I think, and resources available for QMind members that you'll probably have access to as well as an inQUbate member.
Yeah, those are all great points. Thanks for adding those on. So I hope that clarifies a little bit the difference between the two streams, but again, you can't go wrong applying to either. Let's see if we have any more questions. How will each team be composed? Will there be a designated project manager or developer, etc.?
I can get this one. So the teams will be built by the team dev coordinators. They'll be put together so we of like a team that we think will be able to bring this idea to light. So people with AI experience, computer experience, as well as business experience will be taking into account and then building teams based around this. But your team leadership will be very independent. It'll be you guys building your team. Obviously, the team dev coordinators will be giving you the guidance, but at the end of the day, the decisions are yours to make, and they will be you will be welcome to structure your team in a very structured way, but you're also welcome to have very fluid roles at the end of the day.
Okay, awesome. So we have a question coming off of what I said about QMind projects often coming from other companies and whether or not it's similar to Beta Lab where you get paid. So Fakid, you can feel free to correct me if I'm wrong because I haven't been on QMind in a couple of years. But while you can pair with other companies, generally the money that is coming in is a sponsorship where QMind is using it to sort of pay for QChi and all of the events that it throws and to sort of support the club throughout the years. So no, it is not like Beta Lab where you will be getting paid per project.
A key point there is this is completely up to you in terms of the type of company you want to start and the type of service you want to provide. If you do want to do a B2B company, you would have to do the outreach. You would have to make the contract.
I think they're talking more about like QMind and not inQUbate.
Oh, okay.
Because in QMind, you can pair with companies and they give you like data and then you can do a data science project, but that money generally goes to QMind to like pay for QChi and stuff. Whereas for inQUbate, you would create your own business ultimately. So if you go live after the year ends and you're making money off of that project, that's amazing. And you also have the chance to win the pitch competition and sort of build out your project even more with the prize.
Does that answer
You
your
agree with that, right? Ty, you agree?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just making sure I answered the question she's trying to.
Yep. It's been some good questions so far. Nick, do you want to answer this one? What if we want to continue with the project after the year ends, and how will that work?
I'm sure. I think Tayo might have something to add here as well. We're gonna have an end of year pitch competition where you'll be able to pitch your idea to a group of a panel of experts, and you'll be competing for real cash. So if you're successful in that event, you'll be able to use some of that money to continue on your project. We're gonna ensure that you're ready to apply. We're gonna provide you support in applying to other summer startup incubator programs such as Quixie, or even the DMZ runs a summer program for university students in Toronto that you could take your idea to and run with it. We're also going to offer you direct entry into the Incubate program for the 2021-2022 school year, where we'll be working with the cohort of projects that are successful and looking to continue on. We'll be providing them with the next level of support that we're planning to integrate into our capacity as a program over this upcoming school year. So there will be details to come on that. Do you have anything else to add, Tayo?
Well, that was a good overview of it. I just want to highlight that even throughout the year, we will be leveraging our network through both our advisory board and just the general industry and faculty we have in our network to ensure the success of your idea and you as a cohort. We really believe in developing you guys as individuals and a team, and everything we do will go towards that.
It's also important to note that Incubate takes zero equity. We're purely a resource. We don't own any of your company. It's your company. And yeah, we're purely here to help you build from the ground up.
100%.
Awesome. Okay. Any more questions? Maybe 1, 2 coming in. So go ahead.
Do you team development coordinators have any advice or tips for people applying in terms of the interview or application phase?
I guess like number one is show your excitement. I think I speak on behalf of all the team dev coordinators that we're really just looking forward to work hands-on with your companies and see what you guys can build. So we're looking for people who can take our experiences, our teachings, and our leadership, and then really leapfrog off of that to build something. So at the end of the day, just show your excitement, show that you're wanting to learn, and show that you're ready.
Yeah, I'd say just don't be too worried about the technical experience you have and stuff. We're not going to be grilling you on that. There's not going to be any coding questions in the interview. We at the end of the day, a big part of entrepreneurship is the people who are involved in the project, and really just, as Henry said, looking for people who are passionate, who we think are capable. And we know that along the way, if you're a business student, you can learn some AI and pick that up. If you're someone who is a developer, we're hoping that our program can continually build your skills over the course of the year. And even if it goes beyond, and if your skills are maybe already pretty advanced, we'll be sure to work with you to ensure that we aren't holding up the development of your project and are providing you with opportunities to go above and beyond the regular scope of what we'd be teaching you.
I think to sum it up is just really think about don't be worried about where you are, because we will meet you wherever you are and help you in your development. We really believe it's all about the journey, not the destination, and we are super excited to go on this learning experience with you guys.
Okay, well, if anyone has any last couple questions, I don't see any new ones coming in, but we'll give you a few moments in case anything pops into your head. Last couple seconds.
What can people do now to prepare for the year if they want to get a leg up on the AI or even entrepreneurship side? Like, what can they do right now before the program starts?
For the AI side, you can just educate yourself as much as you can on YouTube. I find that resources there are just unbelievable. If you just look up like AI for beginners or TensorFlow basics or anything like that, there are hours and hours and hours of courses. So highly recommend doing that if you're looking for something to do this summer.
Yeah, YouTube's a big one. Because honestly, I've been using YouTube since the start of quarantine to really boost my AI and business skills. Like, YouTube's a great resource. It has everything centralized into one place, so you don't have to like pour through different articles or whatever to find what you want. So I really encourage you guys looking through YouTube.
Oh, we have another question. Awesome. With inQUbate, can we get involved as soon? What? Yes. Okay. Okay. The question is, can we get involved during the summer? And the answer is yes. We will begin hiring within the next couple of weeks and doing interviews, and then hopefully we plan to start onboarding during August and getting people sorted and starting idea generation so that we're ready to really hit the ground running in September. So yes, we will be starting this summer. Can I request a team member through the solo applicants? I would say you can definitely mention that you would like to be with this team member. We would never say no, but at the end of the day, we will be creating the teams. And so if we do think that this person would excel in another group, there is a chance that they might end up, but it never hurts to ask or request that person. We would never say no right off the bat. So we would definitely consider it, is basically what I'm saying.
The purpose of having the solo applications is to really kind of demonstrate going through that founder's phase in which you have an idea and you have to pair yourself with other like-minded individuals that can either further your idea or kind of combine it with others to make a great product. So if you request a team member and they truly add value to the group that is forming, yeah, we can definitely facilitate that. But we really wanted to kind of mimic what real life like venture creation would look like. So just keep that in mind.
Okay. Any more questions?
Can you guys touch on the group hiring a bit more that's happening in September?
Yeah, I can cover that one. So group hiring will be, like Tayo said, happening in the fall. And so what it will consist of is it'll be similar to the current one, but a little bit manipulated. So we'll be asking you what your problem and solution statement are. Just get a rough idea of what your company is, and we'll be figuring out why your team as a whole will be able to bring this idea to light. So showing that, again, you're ready to learn, you're really passionate about your idea, and maybe you have a little bit of experience already, but like we've been really stressing, experience is not nearly as important as your ability to learn. And then beyond that, the interview process will be a little bit lengthier. So it'll be a very informal, short 3-slide pitch. So you'll come into a Zoom meeting, most likely, and then give your pitch, give your problem and solution statement again to us, and help us get an actual idea of what your idea is. and then we'll go into Zoom breakout rooms just to do a normal, typical individual interview. Because while we do want your whole team to function, we want each individual on the team to function really well as well.
Okay. Unless anyone has any more questions, they want to throw it in the chat, or Tyler, if you want to throw out another question as well, then I think that we can wrap up within the next couple minutes.
I'm a talker, but I think I'm all out of questions for now.
And I think we covered a good amount of things today, and I hope that we answered all or most of your questions.
Thank you all so much for reaching. It was great hearing your questions, and thank you for listening to our presentation. Just a reminder, applications close the 20th at 11:59. If you have any further questions, reach out to any one of the executives, whether it's the team development, training coordinators, or anyone on the executive team. We're really accessible, we're organized people, and we'd love to get in contact with you.
Yep. Oh, we have another question. So building off what you said, what is the best way to contact you? And so I would suggest you could reach out to really any of us on like Facebook. You can just sort of Google us or like search us, we will pop up. And we will definitely answer any of your questions. We're also on Facebook and Instagram, and you can feel free to DM or message us there. And I think LinkedIn as well. So any of those we would respond to within the next day.